Tomb of the Spider Queen, map number 1. We're still in loser bracket of Meta Madness, another best of 5. And now we are looking at Team Daykwaza against Team Drakyr. And, well, all I gotta say here is that Team Daykwaza is just coming from an absolute ass-kicking. They ruffle-stomped Team Smexy. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. So, if you want to waste half an hour of your life, then watch it. If you want to traumatize a kid, watch it while the kid is in the room. And yeah, it's the one series that I would probably recommend for you not to watch. Because it was so bloody, it was so brutal, that I felt that half the game was just sitting there as like, stop it, they're dead already, stop please. So yeah, like that series, if you upload that to... yeah, I mean, if I upload it, once that I upload it to YouTube, there's a good chance that I'm going to get a community strike by YouTube and they're just telling me, I'm sorry dude, but that's illegal. You can't upload that. That's not a thing. Alright, either way, so now that we're heading into this match, we are continuing with Garrosh and with Kerrigan banned out. Yeah, if you go up against Breeze, you gotta be real careful here. I would love for them to ban Tyrael because Breeze, I mean, honestly, at this point, he's just insane. Breeze is such an insane player, and the entire team is obviously playing well together. I mean, it's not only him making all the plays and everybody else just like noobing around a little bit. So they are working together real well and was very impressive. But now going up against Team Drakyr, this is going to be a little bit more difficult. Ooh, hiccups. But yeah, there's the Tyrael ban. I like that a lot, honestly. Still leaves him with Diablo. Unless, of course, it gets taken now by the blue team. But Diablo for Breeze is, I mean, it's one of his favorites. I would say, like, the top 3 tanks for him were always ETC, Tyrael, and Diablo. Those were his favorites for a long time. Anubarak is up there as well, I suppose. But especially the toxic Diablo was one of the big ones in the days of HGC, and even before that, ETC, of course, too. So, yeah. Either way, Diablo gets taken away, so Breeze's options are a bit limited. Now, there is still enough stuff for him, but Gul'dan and Tychus. Yeah, well, that's a good opening. That immediately gives them wave clear, that gives them... I mean, it removes a couple of options also for later maps that we're going to likely see in this series. For example, if you're looking at Infernal Shrines now, Gul'dan and Tychus would have both been really good there. But that's a great opening on the damage side for the red team, because now they can play around Odin. That enhances their push power with Web Weavers. They have cooldown for the wave clear. That is not too bad either, though. Ana and Mephisto. And we had some very, very sexy Mephisto plays throughout the tournament already. I like that a lot. But now that we're going for a few more bans, side laners could still be banned out. I haven't seen any addressed yet. I mean, well, Urel and Kerrigan have been banned, but nobody has actually picked someone on the solo lane. Alright. Medivh. Yeah, she's still insane. A good Medivh player can just murder a game here, especially at Meta Madness right now. I've seen so many good ones. It's kind of crazy. But then again, I want to see what Daykwaza is going to play. Leo is still up, could take that. Stitches is getting banned. Damn, they're really trying to remove the tanks now. They're targeting them heavily. There's still plenty up. There's Mal'Ganis is up. May is still available. What else? I'm missing a few. Varian, for example, could be taken. Varian wouldn't be bad against Diablo necessarily either. If you come in with a taunt and then Tychus goes in with the bigger they are. Ah, and ETC, of course. Jesus. I even talked about it multiple times. Yeah, so ETC and Malfurion. So we're only missing the support at this point. No, we're not, because we have Malfurion. It's getting late. Holy hell. Yeah, it's the 4th best of 5 of the day. And apparently it's getting a little bit late here. Totally losing track of what's happening on the screen. Damn. I need another coffee or two. So, Chen gets banned, and so does Falstad. So we get the birdie. Yeah, I could gust. If there's, for example, a mosh pit, then you can always try to gust them away here. And with Chen, you can go for the big kek plays. Yeah, Soaking gets his Chen. That's actually also interesting, because most of the time we had Chen banned against him, but they just get it out of the way, I guess. Sonya She gets picked. And well, guys, that sets us up. Game number 1 in the best of 5. Let's go. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Team Daykwaza against Team Drakyr. Game on! We are on map number 1 of the best of 5 series, and the party is about to start over here. So this should actually be a real good one. I think this series is going to be a lot closer than what we saw in the previous game. Not that this is going to be too difficult, to be blunt, but as it stands, we have on the left side for Team Drakyr Stalk on Diablo. We're getting Drakyr himself on Falstad. Soaking is playing Chen, Cascan on Anna, and Hirath on Mephisto. On the right side of the map, at the same time, we have the team in red with Daykwaza on Sonya, Kala on Gul'dan, Breeze on ETC, Moo. We got Henning on Malfurion, and No Game, No Life on Tychus. So, let's get a shot at this one. Level 1 for Soaking. We got the fresh ingredients. Why do they have to talk about, like, food right now? I'm honestly getting a little bit hungry here. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get myself some food after the series. But we got also Echoed Corruption on level 1, so no Fell Flame build this time. A little bit of beating around the bush and Tychus in the middle, and there's the first kill. So, job well done with Mephisto moving in and dropping the Renegade. Tychus is now dead, and that means that Team Drakyr has taken first blood in this series. Good stuff. Actually like that quite a bit, because it already puts Team Daykwaza on notice that they're not going to have as much of an easy time as they did on the last map. And Team Drakyr has been very surprising throughout the tournament. They have been doing a fantastic job, and obviously Team Daykwaza, they just come from a pretty impressive victory, which maybe makes them a little bit overconfident here. But we're all basing this off a single kill, so let's not go over too overboard. We got the camp about to be taken, or at least Daykwaza is working on it, but I suppose that the Panda is soon going to check that out, and once that happens, we might see the blue team rotating down. I still gotta criticize Soaking for his skin choice. I know that some people really like that particular skin, but it's just not good. It doesn't measure up to the War Master Chen. The black and white version is way better than this one. So yeah, it's decent. Don't get me wrong, it's better than the pleb skin. But if you want to go real baller on Chen, then you go for the War Master Chen and you give it the black and white tint. That's what we're really going for here. But then again, either way, Falstad gets attacked and is able to make his way back out of this one. But they are really dropping the damage now on those towers, and the first one is already gone. And Soaking is barely moving past the gate before he is becoming the target of the red team. But with the rotation, they go for Tychus again. He already died once, and it seems like it's going to be a second kill against him. So down he goes once more. 2 deaths on Tychus. Gul'dan, by the way, still sitting alone at the top lane and exploiting that ruthlessly as he's starting to take down structures too and escorting minions into the wall there. The birdie is attempting to deal with it, but that's a gate gone. And how is that not destroyed? Do you guys see hit points? I mean, there is nothing. Hello? Alright. So, in the middle of the map, the blue team is at least attempting to bring this back by taking some of the structures down themselves here. They have no real lead in experience, but we have them with 14 gems already delivered. Nobody really has a turn-in opportunity yet, but oh, there we go. The bigger they are, Tychus allows them to get aggressive against Diablo. But No Game No Life got nearly dropped again in that last encounter. And Stalk is, at least for now, still playing this out fairly well at the front. Now, on top of all of this, we currently have a Soaking still doing his thing at the bot lane. Playing this, of course, out against Sonya. But he gets also attacked here. I mean, this is the thing. If you're just sitting there all the time, taking a closer look at the bottom of the bottle, then Tychus can just get the minigun value right there. It's always nice when you're going, let's say, into In the Rhythm, for example, and you have a Chen against you, because it just means while he's drinking, you're stacking. So this is a dream in the early game. Talking about stacking, Falstad is getting pretty quick on this. He's nearly done with his level 1, and obviously is going to continue stacking it past that, but that makes it difficult. Drakyr has been playing Falstad multiple times in the tournament, and he had some very good stack moves. Yeah. Cascan double checking the bush, I like that. And there it is. 37 stacks for him instantly. So Falstad towards the later stage of the game can definitely bring the pain. Quest also completed for Stork as he's getting his stacks together. So now he has his souls completed. And there's a turn-in opportunity for both of the teams right now. And we'll see who gets the first Web Weavers. With Stork getting attacked. Oh, that could be a kill. Yeah, if they could have... Oh, he actually goes for it. Instead of just falling back. And they get another kill. Are you kidding me? 3 kills against Tychus. But another power slide by Breeze. And still Mephisto lives. Stork on Diablo gets kept alive by Anna. Wow. 3 kills to 0. All 3 kills against Tychus. I really expected Stork to be in more trouble as Tychus came in with the bigger they are and Breeze isolated him there for a moment. Especially since Henning also dropped the root. But he kept this cool and they were able to get a kill instead. So we're still waiting for the first kill from Team Daykwaza, and now the man himself might be in trouble down here with Sonya, but the team rotates in to help out. They gotta be careful because Henning in the back line is also a bit low. Haven't seen the turn in just yet, but 31 already delivered. Tirath is moving out, and again, what the fuck is happening here? Tychus, hello? 4 deaths. I mean, that's a straight up feat at this point. That's already 5 reports for sure. Yeah, he's definitely been reported. I mean, come on, bro. You're better than this. We've seen so many more games by you, but what's going on here? They get the turn in now, the blue team. But that is 5 kills against Tychus. He spent more time at the Nexus staring at his death timer than in the game. Or at least that's what it feels like. So this is getting crazy. Now we have level 10 coming up, just as the perfect moment in time. Yep, there's the Terror, immediately going for the barbecue. And Nano Boost is of course now also ready, if they're trying to come in with Mephisto for some additional damage. Yeah, there's the Gust. Nah, not quite what they wanted. Also the top keg plays, the Panda needs to be very careful. Did he just commit Sudoku? Well, how the hell is Anna keeping them all alive here? Like, Cascor is... You fucking with me. He died again? He must be drunk. That's 5 kills against him. 5 kills. And how the hell did Chen survive? Cascor, he's a farmer. I mean, he is hurting them like a bunch of chickens. No matter what they do, he's always in full control here. Anna with a pew pew pew. It's insane to me right now. Absolutely insane. This game is so weird. The 5 deaths on Tychus, that's already just... I mean, that just blows my mind. 60 stacks at the 7-minute mark for Falstad. And Anna somehow keeps Stork and Chen alive no matter what happens. I mean, Sonya even came in with a big whoop, dropped the stun, dropped the spear, and tried to drop them to 0 HP, and they couldn't even do that. So this game is just wild. And the one thing that surprised me probably the most is that still the blue team isn't farther ahead in experience. And if you're looking at the experience distribution here, what becomes pretty clear is that a lot of this stems from the fact that we have so many mercenary camps now taken by Team Daykwaza. The Siege Giants have been claimed over and over again, whereas the blue team just wasn't as diligent about it. They're now starting to make a play for it, but still, it's a bit crazy. Now, Web Weavers are going to touch the ground now. We have Team Daykwaza with the turn-in. Ford in the mid lane has already fallen, and down at the bottom of the map, they're still trying to go for the next push. Level 13 talents are up next. Soaking still has 29 gems. This is honestly something where I'm just looking at it. It's like, I mean, he asks to be ganked. 29 gems, that's a prime target right there. Well, so as it stands, at that point, we got again the... Oh, Chen against Sonya, still continuing. Here comes Odin! Oh yeah. Come on. No game, no life. So far, we've only seen no life, and we've seen it multiple times. But there's level 13, so yeah, they're pushing this out. Here... Well, can they take it? I was about to say. Here we go. They are taking a fort down, but I might have been a little bit too soon on that. Yeah, that ult didn't hit anything. But they saved the fort, and they're saving not only the one in the mid lane, but also the one on the auxiliary lanes. So, yeah. Now, on top of that, what else are we getting here? When we have level 13 abilities now for both teams, and obviously that was one of the main reasons why they were playing this a little bit slower. As you can tell, I mean, they didn't have the extra talents here, so that was a big problem. But in we go again. Stalk gets attacked. They're trying to go for the top gag play against Gul'dan. And he gets pushed straight back into tower range. Gul'dan is dead. It's just a matter of time. He gets dropped. But what about Diablo? Finally a kill for Team Daykwaza. They drop Stalk, but he had his soul stacks together and is already back up on the map. Now Gul'dan is at least stacking quickly. He's currently at 31, so he should be able to get his stacks together for the Ruinous Affliction on level 16. 76 stacks now also for the birdie. Falstad has been doing well throughout the game and is with 25,000 damage also a pretty good number regarding his output. Soaking, he turned in, so they're getting real close to another Web Weaver wave, especially since the blue team is now completely collapsing onto the top turn-in point, and Falstad is the last one to deliver some gems. So now there's a chance that they take... Oh, but this one they should actually take down even before the Web Weavers are on the ground, so that leaves the fort at the bot, but they are playing for keep now, I suppose. Gul'dan is, by the way, also the only one outside of Tigers has now died. So the damage dealers, the two that they first picked during the draft, they've definitely had it a bit rough, especially Tigers. But he has now the opportunity to go and push for a keep. And Gul'dan is already dealing with the top lane pretty easily. This shouldn't really be a problem for him. Comes in and takes that on quite quickly. But down here at the bottom of the map, Daykwaza. Yeah. Anchoring that so far. The leap! Ana in trouble, and the gust is immediately there. But Ana is still low and she dies. And Stalk is in a bit of a pickle too. Now Chen is trying to save him here, going for the keg play again. Yeah, also barreling Breeze away, who obviously would have loved to come in with a mosh pit, but that didn't really work out for them. So good saves from Falstad and from Chen in particular. Both of them helped them to disengage. The fort in the bot lane has fallen, and they now have level 16 talents, which in this case gives us the flying leap. We got the lightning reaction and the airy gust after Diablo with a Firestorm build went for the debilitating flames on level 16. Now the red team is getting very, very close to another talent as well. But down here we have Siege Giants claimed again. Gul'dan has, by the way, not acquired a single stack throughout that last battle. He was, of course, busy defending at the top, so wasn't part of the fight and could not use his Echoed Corruption. But now that he starts to join the fun, there's the turn-in for them. Breeze gets stunned out, there's the Horrify, and they're trying to go for the kill now. The barrel is already out. And what about ETC? Can he set something up maybe against Stalk here? He's gonna try. They're taking Tigers down. What else is new? And start to retreat. Yes, Breeze is getting hammered into the ground. That's a double kill. There's the Gust. Daykwaza is not gonna make it either. The red Web Weavers, they're on the ground, but they're losing 3. They might lose 4. Stalk is again losing for the using the angle. And they're burning Gul'dan to a crisp. 4 heroes annihilated, 10 kills to 2. Chen, he won't be able to save the fort at the bottom of the map, but they take the Web Weaver down regardless. Falstad is dealing with the top lane. And I gotta say that Team Drakyr is again impressing on map number 1 at least of the series. They're already moving to take the boss, and there's obviously nobody that can stop them. I mean, 3 of them are still dead. Nobody's gonna make a move for this. Malfurion might be able to walk over and check this out, but he's also the one that holds the few remaining gems that they still have. So they got 12, and that's it. Talking about gems, there's an entire turn-in available for Team Drakyr. The blue team could now get boss plus turn-in if they just turn the rest of their gems in at the top, and that's exactly what they're gonna do. 95 stacks also for Falstad. So he's also getting his damage out. 33,000. Makes him the 3rd highest damage dealer in the game. 6 deaths on Tigers. What's happening here? I mean, this guy is so good on his Genji and all the other heroes that we've seen played before Meta Madness and those bans. And even throughout the tournament, he has definitely done way better than this. But this is definitely a bit off for him. So the Tigers performance that we're seeing from him not really solid. This might be the last time he's playing Tigers in the tournament. Next time when they want to play the hero is like, yeah, you can draft it, boys, but somebody else has to pick it. There's the quest completed for Gul'dan. Keep at the top. A bit in trouble, and now that the web weavers are coming in, I think this is going to get destroyed. There's also a keep in the mid lane that is taking serious amounts of damage. Falstad is currently dealing with that, and also has to be careful of Sonya. But they keep the mid lane, sorry, the top lane. Both of them, actually. Both of them are low, but they are not able to get the kills here. Yeah, in the meantime, we have 20 approaching. And that is another problem. Because with level 20... look at the gap. 2.5 levels. I mean, are you kidding me? Team Daykwaza played such a fantastic series in the previous game. And now they just seem off, at least on the first map. Maybe the short break that we had between the games didn't help them here. But they gotta get their act together real quickly. And honestly, they might still do it here. And this series isn't over, but they have to somehow close the experience gap, and good luck with that, because that's a huge window of opportunity that we have for the blue team. We got them now with the dynamic optics. Diablo hasn't made a choice yet. Hellgate, definitely a possibility for him. Wind Tunnel and the Mimic for Mephisto and Falstad. And they are going to... oh, he actually goes for the Hellstorm. Alright. That can zone them very quickly and might help them to finally get also a keep destroyed. Drakyr with 100 stacks on his level 1 is pressuring the bot lane. It's all 3 lanes that are really suffering, but so far not a single keep has fallen. So technically, it's still not a problem. But with Drakyr escorting another minion wave in, Gul'dan is going to have a hard time dealing with this unless he hits a perfect Horrify. Gets attacked again, and they're taking their keep. First keep is destroyed. Will probably rotate into the mid lane now to deliver another blow. And with level 20, you can siege up for ages now. The red team is not going to get their storm talents anytime soon. So just siege up, do your thing, one minion wave after another, get a bit of damage out with Mephisto, for example. As long as Anna is still fighting, can top everybody off with hit points, you're Gucci. Falstad still playing around the bot lane a little bit. Boss is currently not up, they don't have enough gems, there's little that they can do. If anything, it's going to be Team Daykwaza that will try and go for a turn-in. And there's always the risk that Falstad rotates behind them and tries to gust them out. But I don't think that it would be this aggressive here. But as long as they can slowly poke that keep down, that's all that they got to do here. So Drakyr pushing them towards the core. Yeah, trying to get some damage onto the main structures. And, well, they go for Daykwaza. The Panda rooted into the ground. Breeze was patient. And here's the breath as they take down keep number 2. At this point, Diablo just burns the minion wave to his crisp and then also takes the keep itself down. So that 2 keeps already destroyed. Half a level until Team Daykwaza has their own level 20. But things are obviously not really going well for them. Maybe a chance to bring this back, but we'll see. Now, as it happens... machine gun style. They got 34 gems. It's not really a lot. Should probably turn in whatever they have here. But we still have with the Storm Talents and enough gems for Team Daykwaza now an opportunity for them to potentially get a Web Weaver wave and maybe begin to turn this around. Tigers has the big red button. But jeez, I mean, again, they've lost 2 keeps. All their forts and 2 keeps. They're in such a horrible position right now. What they need is more or less a team wipe, and then they can build momentum. And again, it's not out of the question, but they are still struggling with this. Ooh, Sonya jumping in deep. Tigers gets isolated, is trying to get away here, and Malfurion helps him. Tranquility is already out. So far, they're still fine, but Breeze is low, so is Tigers, and he dies for the 7th time. Here's the mosh pit. They're trying to get a counter kill. Good luck with that. It seems that Breeze is going to fall next, and yes, ETC gets murdered. Seems like Gul'dan is also about to die, and that, ladies, is game. 13 kills, 2-2. The shield is down. Team Drakyr with a victory against Team Quasar on the first map of the Best of 5 series here at Meta Madness in the losers bracket. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Map number 2. Don't know what to tell you guys, but Team Drakyr was crushing it on map number 1. And it was a little bit surprising to me. I did not really have them ruffle-stomping Team Daykwaza on my bingo card for the first game. But again, we're heading into the second map, so it's Infernal Shrines now. The 10 heroes that we just saw on the first map are not available anymore. This is still Meta Madness rules, so the 20 heroes down here are banned for the entire tournament, and the 10 heroes we just saw can't be played again. Every single hero that gets played cannot be played again in the same series. Breeze lost with his ETC. Now, he of course still has 2 heroes at least that he could play here. That would be great, and I would honestly expect both of them to be banned. Get rid of that Tyrael, get rid of that Diablo. Either ban them or pick them. And we had Infernal Shrines as a map choice for Team Daykwaza, which I honestly find a little bit surprising. I thought they would go for first... Ah, sorry, my bad. They went for first pick, first ban. Okay, sorry, I mixed things up here. Infernal Shrines was chosen by Team Drakyr. So yeah, since they have first pick, first ban, I would have expected Diablo, Tyrael to be addressed, but I think Breeze is gonna get one of the 2 now. And as a support, Deckard Cain is of course fantastic on this map, so that's another thing that we definitely have to keep our eyes on. Yeah, they ban Urel too, so they leave both of them up. Ah, Diablo was of course played. Diablo was played on the last map, yeah. In my head, I'm like just connecting the heroes with Breeze, but yes, Stalk played Diablos. Diablo's out. But they could still go for Tyrael here. Brightwing gets picked. Could still see the Tyrael pick now, of course, for Team Drakyr if they really wanted to. But there's D.Va playing to win once again. D.Va sees a lot of play today. We've actually seen her now for the 4th, 5th time, and there's Deckard Cain. I like that. So, if anything, it surprises me a bit that Henning went for Brightwing. Brightwing is great, don't get me wrong, but on this map, with Meta Madness and the hero pools that we're working with here, Deckard Cain feels like he is incredibly powerful in Infernal Shrines to control the choke points. But with Brightwing, you of course have that on-point heal, you got the polymorph. Brightwing has the global, so there's a lot that they can do with this. Then again, Garrosh and Lulnara. No Tyrael. So they're going down a bit of a different path now. Flipping the target in, Brightwing with the polymorph. So a Garrosh played by Breeze, and that also helps you against D.Va a little bit. If she goes into one of the shrines and gets the explosion going, Garrosh can quickly throw that out, and that is going to make your life a lot easier. But let's see what we're going to get from the damage dealers now. We haven't seen a Kel'Thas in a while, by the way. Talking about mages and all of this stuff, Kel'Thas has not been played in quite some time. So now we have Greymane banned out. Tyrael gets removed too, just not from the team that I expected from. But yeah, Kel'Thas could, in regards to mages, still be a thing. But what we have seen a lot is Chromie. We've seen a lot of Fear, but nobody likes the Fire Mage. And Chromie is actually still up. And so is Orphea. So if you're looking for a bit more AoE, Orphea might just what you need. Ah, Kel'Thas! Haha! Look at that. God damn it. Woo. Thank you. So now we have Stitches with the hook. And then Kel'Thas with the Gravity Lapse follow-up. God, I love it. Ah, Shalanor. Salami. Ah, there we have him. I was missing you a little bit. I could have seen that also together with ETC. That was a combo in the old days where you had a power slide into a gravity lapse. But yes, there's Kel'Thas. And Malthael plus Deathwing. Alright. So, that's already settled. What are we getting now, though, from the blue team as their final pick? Drakyr, obviously, still bringing damage for them. So, what's it going to be on Infernal Shrines? What are we getting from him? Well... yeah, a bit hesitant on this one as well. Double mage? Could be a double mage. Yep, there's Jaina. They're gonna play a little Song of Ice and Fire for us on Infernal Shrines. Map number 2. Team Drakyr against Team Daykwaza. Let's go. Team Drakyr opened the game up with a bit of a bang, or the series up with a bang, as they were able to lock in the first point in the series in this best of 5. But now we have them on the left side with Drakyr and Jaina. Hirath on Kel'Thas. Soaking is playing Diva. We have Cascan on Deckard Cain, and Stalk is playing Stitches. Hook him, stun him, and kill him. That's the rule here. Follow-ups from Deckard Cain and the gravity lapse from Kel'Thas, burst damage from Jaina, they got it all. On the right side of the map, Daykwaza with Malthael. We have Breeze on Garrosh, No Game No Life on Lulnara, Henning on Brightwing, and Deathwing gets played by Kala. A lot of wings here. Death Wings, Bright Wings, Chicken Wings. We got everything that we need. Already a little bit of poking happening. That Hook is going to hit another second too, and then we'll just see if he can maybe land it. That would be kind of sweet. But nope. No early kill opportunities for them here. Level 1, we got the Mana Addict, obviously, as usual. And we also got the Fingers of Frost here from Jaina. I am pretty happy with what's going on here. That draft is kind of fun. There's definitely a lot of potential for it. And Meta Madness delivers once again. So, yeah. Kala already on his way back out here. And as it stands, we got in the middle of the map Lunara just poking around slightly. That's a real Deathwing skin right there. There's some cool skin, but even just like this black tint is just super awesome. I really, really like it. Now, in the early game, we now have him with the Dragon Soul as his level 1. And Spray Game is on point, but so is the fight as they're going for the camp. Breeze gets isolated. What is happening here? I always expected them to be the ones that are driving the game, that are a little bit ahead, but instead now they are losing for the second time in a row. A hero first. They couldn't get the... They could get the camp at least. But I'm starting to get a little bit worried. Team Daykwaza looked like one of the favorites going through the losers bracket, but Team Drakyr is absolutely stepping up to the plate and knocking it out of the park now. We got the Patchwork Creation on level 1 for Stitches. And they are trying to at least lock in the camp down here at the bottom. Kala is a bit in trouble. Jaina is dead already. Kill for kill, and they take the second camp. Bit more coordination, but that was a good gravity lapse also from Kel'Thas as they push that back out. Going straight into the Netherwind as usual, a standard talent on level 4 for him. Indomitable, by the way, also for Breeze, so he will have to play around that, trying to dodge out on some of the CC that Team Drakyr has. We got the Heat Wave for Deathwing, and after they already took 2 of the camps and are working on their own, so seems like Team Daykwaza is able to take every single camp in this one. Yeah, looking good. 3 out of 3. That doesn't happen all that often. And therefore they also establish a tiny lead in experience. On top of that, we of course have now the Shaman camps taken, so this is where Team Drakyr is not gonna let anything happen to them. They have 2 heroes that dealt with it, and now the Shamans are moving through the top lane in just another moment. Same is happening, of course, from Team Daykwaza too. But with the Shrine now activating, Breeze is waiting for a potential kill. He's not the only one. Got a bit of damage out. There's a hook, but that one fell a bit short. So, Shrine isn't activating yet. Oh, they ran straight into Deathwing. Apparently didn't anticipate that. Not that Kala did get too much damage out here, but they have the position on the Shrine. And they are also likely going to hit level 7 first, and therefore the added talent. Breeze again. I mean, Breeze is getting really burned down. Mages, in regards to burst damage, it's always kind of nice when you have a double mage because you can burst the target quickly. The problem is that you're heavily cooldown based, so once that you unleashed everything you have, you are going to be in real trouble for quite a long period. So as long as they can help Breeze to survive through the initial burst, it's going to be a bit more difficult for Team Drakyr to really take him down here. Same is of course true for the other heroes too. By now, another hook comes in, 7 on both sides, and there's exactly that Diva play that we talked about earlier. You zone them away and you get stacks, so now they're catching up, 27 to 32. Deathwing is flying in deep though. They're trying to make a play, but Kala exposes himself to the action. D.Va again. Deathwing in trouble. The red team gets the Punisher. Can they get more? They want the kill. And Stalk is low and they take him down. Stalk is dead and now it's time for D.Va to potentially die too. But there's no damage dealer right now that could help them. Then again, Drakyr just triggered the stun of the Punisher in front of the gate. They're all low, and Malthael and Lunara already moved onto the side lanes to push those out and do some damage on the structures. So that's a great start. This is actually way better for Team Daykwaza now. So they're not only heavily ahead in experience, but they're doing a lot of structural damage too. So yes, nicely done. That last fight was intense. There was definitely a chance for Deathwing, for example, to fall, but instead they zoned them well. Even with D.Va pulling everything she had, the objective ended up in the hands of Team Daykwaza, and they are heavily focused on getting level 10 first. So they already got all of the 3 camps earlier, and we should actually see that heavily reflected also in the mercenary experience. Look at this. Yeah, they are tripling it. And it's gonna get worse now, because they can again take all 3 camps if they want them. With level 10, they will probably focus on getting the fort first. But after that, I can totally see them fall back towards those Khazra camps and take the rest of them as well. So this one is likely gonna fall. I don't see them holding this. Malthael is still doing the rotation between the lanes. And if he is somehow able to also get the stacks together for his last rites, that will of course be even better. Breeze is waiting, by the way, just at the side in an attempt to move down here and see if he can maybe throw somebody out. For example, Jaina doesn't get close enough, but there's the hit. So the fort is down. They're gonna lose this one. That's why they are now going straight for the camps again, as we already expected. So this is now the 5th Khazra camp that they're taking. 5 camps in a row. Level 10 abilities are available for the blue team, and that gives us the Phoenix, magic missiles, the old man with the story time, plus in addition to it we have water elemental and also gorge. So once that you land that hook and gorge, there's a lot that they can do afterwards. You have a gravity lapse, you have Jaina's damage and slows, the water elemental can help out, and I mean even Dehaka could zone the team out or just help you. So far they're looking very good here. Another camp is about to be taken as well. Deathwing still down at the bottom of the map. Yeah, they're playing with the globals a little bit now. And Herath is sitting at 18 stacks, so he's still working on his mana addict. Doesn't have the shield yet. Talking about working on talents, we have Breeze and Breeze on Garrosh and Jaina also still dealing with the level 1s. 12 and 11 stacks for them right now. Whereas in the middle of the map, thanks to Daykwaza and the camp that he has here, they are getting even more damage in on the next structure. So the fort is slowly starting to fall, and they are already attempting to slow them down a little bit, with success, I might add. So Stalk is pushed off his mount. That is half the fort that just was destroyed. Just simply by them rotating better. Now the next objective is popping up, and is another problem for Team Drakyr that they got to deal with now, and that's the level 13 talent that we're going to soon have for Team Daykwaza. Definitely ready for the fight. Breeze has to pop his Indomitable to get out of the battle though, because they were trying to somehow isolate him and kill him. But now that they have the level 13 talent advantage, that gives them the upper hand for the team fight. Kala moving in, and they are taking control of that shrine immediately. Good hook though. Hook on Babby. That's perfect. And immediately Deckard Kane. That's a kill. Great combo. That's exactly how you need to make that play. The hook, the gorge, and then Deckard Kane stepping up, isolating them, making it nearly impossible for Daykwaza to reach Lunara and help her. So that's the kill that they needed. 2 kills to 2, and all of a sudden it's the blue team that has control over the shrine. Great job by them. That was well executed. Now in the middle of the map, you still pay a price for taking control, and that is Kala taking... Well, Drakyr, careful. Taking the fort down. Jaina also at 50% HP only, so yeah, value has been had still. Despite the fact that the objective is lost, they still were able to trade. And of course there's always the question to be answered, how much can they really now do at the top? Additionally, we have the hook range extended. Pyromaniac is in. Yeah, I can't hook Deathwing. I'm sorry, bro. can't do that. There's the taunt as they try to go for Stalk. Color also attempting to shut them down here. But not happening yet. Deathwing is dead. Deathwing turns into Deadwing, and the hook and the gorge, and immediately they're being shut off again. That's another kill. Breeze is dead. He needs to die here. There's no way. There's no way he gets out. So now only do they take Deathwing down, they take Breeze down too, and now they're pushing with the objective. Team Drakyr. They had great games in the winner bracket where it looked for a long time like they might even end up in the winner bracket final. And now that they find themselves in the loser bracket, they're pulling off such a fantastic opening in this best of 5 against Team Daykwaza that it's honestly mind-boggling. They get another kill. So just a second ago, the series or the map was more or less tied. Now they take the fort down. They have 5 kills to 2 and they're pushing this further. Structurally speaking, Team Daykwaza is still ahead, but there's a lot of momentum now for the blue team that is slowly building up. So kudos to them. 18,000 damage for Khaldor. The double mage plays that they're executing here are paying off. 21,000 for Deathwing. Everybody working on the level 16 talents, but that lead that we had earlier for Team Daykwaza is now fully gone. Breeze is also looking for opportunities. Stalk is just throwing the hooks out. Might as well, right? Few of those no-look hooks. Blindly trying to see if they can maybe get somebody. And honestly, you can oftentimes anticipate where your opponent is roughly positioned. And once that you do, if you land that hook, it's a kill and you have an even bigger time window to build out your advantage. Level 16 talents are now kicking in, and that's Pulverize. I love Pulverize. Huge Pulverize fan. It's a great talent. Really, really like it. Horadric's staff also available, and they're already playing it out against Deathwing again, whereas we see for Jaina the Numbing Blast. So a bit more control, a few more roots, and especially after a hook that can obviously help you. Already they're making a play for Cascon. That might be a bit of a problem. There's the Phoenix on the other hand. That thing is moving in, and they're burning Deckard down. Deckard is dead, and so is D.Va. It's a double kill, baby. They're getting both of them, and now they're also trying to get close. Oh, that could have been another one. If that Thornwood Vines connects and hits Jaina, she is dead. As it stands, she gets out. 5 kills to 4, and the lead in experience goes to Daykwaza's team again. I like this series. First game was a bit unexpected, but definitely fun. Now that we're in game number 2, we have not only some pretty cool heroes that we're seeing again, but at the same time a continuous back and forth between the two teams. So yeah, I like that a lot. Malta is dealing with the middle of the map. Up at the top, they're trying to take the fort down, and they're getting closer and closer here. Structurally, as I already pointed out, the Quasa's team is ahead. And that means if they can get a Punisher, if they can get another big team kill, then they could also go for the first keep of the game. So, yeah, at the bottom of the map, it's currently D.Va that's dealing with this. Everybody on the blue team is playing a bit more passive, a bit slower, trying to be really, really careful. And, well, can they get Jaina? They might! The Gravity Lapse denies it. Oh, I saw a thought, and then he uses Indomitable and just fucks Jaina up. Jaina got murdered. Breeze with no mercy. But the counter kill attempt against Daykwaza, he gets out. And can they maybe get stuck? No, they cannot. D.Va moved in too, but it's 5 kills to 5. Jaina is dead. A second stack for Malthael. 10 seconds cooldown reduction in total for him now. So, yeah, Jaina got absolutely destroyed there. Thought she was safe, and then Breeze came in and was like, nope. He's like, aren't you cute? You thought you can get away from me? That's not happening. Yeah, another hook, but this time it only hits a minion. Deathwing is still at the top, but could help them out now. Jaina is still dead, so it's a 4 versus 4 now. But Deathwing is moving in, and they take full control over the objective. Team Daykwaza is about to lock in a Punisher. And that's going to be an Arcane Punisher that they have pushing through the bottom of the map. And they're so confident that Daykwaza is already going for camps. He already knows that they're going to get this one. Like, there's no way you're going to take this away from us. That is just not going to be a thing. We got the Splintered Spear again on Lunara, by the way, so no, not the traditional 7 that we're getting these days. It's actually kind of funny how this starts to shift over and over again. Yeah, Deathwing trying to escape here. A lot of damage on him, but I guess Kala is able to get out. So he gets away, and nobody has figured out that Daykwaza is currently taking the Shaman camp, so it's not getting invaded. Half a level until level 20. Lunara is already popping some of the towers out at the bottom of the map. They haven't gone for the Punisher yet, by the way, so they're really just trying to play it out a little bit further. And that brings them closer to level 20. So that's the thought process behind it. Just delay it slightly so that you get your level 20 with a push, and then you not only have a Punisher push, but on top of that, you also have a Storm Talon advantage that you can exploit. And that's dangerous. That's really dangerous now for Team Drakyr, because there's a very good chance that they're losing the keep now. Level 20 talents, that gives us first of all the Forest Strat, that's nice, Invisible Friends. We got the Stood in the Fire. No one can stop death, and I do not see a world in which the blue team is able to defend this. This is just not happening. They're poking this down way too quickly. Good damage against the Punisher, I give him that, but it's just not enough. That keep is gone. That keep is totally destroyed. Easy kills. Do they stick it out a bit longer trying to exploit the 20? I don't think so. We still have camps on every single lane. The top side will be defended though, I assume. Here in the middle, they take some damage, and now that we're having Team Daykwaza moving in, I guess they're going to lose the entire wall. But somebody also has to deal with the Shaman camp at the top, or they're going to lose it there as well. And Deathwing is still down at the bottom of the map. So he's trying to push for core a little bit more. Big damage against Kelthas, by the way. Big damage against him. And up here at the top, another tower is about to fall. So they're poking out the middle of the map. 20 is still not available for Team Drakyr, but they're getting closer. And this is exactly what they are trying to do here. Just buying enough time for your Storm Talon so that you can take an even fight again. Or at least land that one monster hook so that Stalk can go for a quick gorge and isolate a target. Top wall has fallen. And now, just before this is playing out, they're starting to take the camp away. I guess Stalk is going to try and hit a hook. They obviously know where they are, but he might be too late on this one. Yeah, the hook doesn't connect. Whole 5, man. We got Wintermute now. We got also the Flamethrower for Kelthas. That's, of course, fantastic for him. But they are not even stopping. They have another camp at the top, and while the blue team has to deal with that, they are pushing down here. I mean, they can poke. They have a lot of poke. Yep. I guess that's going to be another tower that falls here. Damage output, yeah, 35,000 for Kelthas, 40,000 for Deathwing. Things are looking pretty good for Team Daykwaza. But this is still something that you can bring back. And the next objective is also spawning up at the top, so that's potentially... that could be the comeback for the blue team. Because if you take that one, you can still go for a keep right away and maybe with a few kills go for the core. That's the one hope that they have to play through. I love how they're just continuously trying to set up some kills. And here comes D.Va. Problem is the rest of the team is there too. And that could be a kill! Deathwing is in! They make the play for Breeze! And he's saved by Brightwing just to die a second later. And now Brightwing is also in trouble. So is Drakyr though, and it is a kill against Jaina. Cascon is dead too. Breeze has fallen, but they get 2 kills. They might even get a 3rd one as they make the play for Kelthas. He's saved though. They save Kelthas. Stitches is trying to hearth back. And with only 3 to 4, they cannot take that keep down. If Kelthas would have fallen, I'm pretty sure they would have played it out in the mid lane and taken the structure. But as it stands, there is an advantage for the next objective, but there's not enough going on for them to do more than that. So we got Daykwaza rushing away here, but the rest of the team is already busying themselves to get some of the stacks for the next objective. Boy, what a fight. And honestly, that nearly went the wrong way for them. They lost Breeze too early. If they don't get the counter kill, that could have been a total disaster. But they're still playing this out in a 3 versus 3, while Nunara is doing her thing at the top. Malthus is now helping her too. Jaina is already back up on the map, and, well, Deckard Cain is also making it back in. There's still some catapults at the bottom of the lane that have to be dealt with first. So I do think that the blue team is likely going to give up on the Punisher. But if they do that, then they got to really set up that defense. Cap is taken. Yep. Kala is going to get out there. No problem. This is something that the blue team was, of course, trying to do. Steal those camps away to get some relief on the side lanes before the big push is happening. And they're even timing that push with another camp that they're currently taking. So Mortar Punisher is moving through the top. Everybody else is getting ready. Breeze. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The interrupt, but he couldn't get the hit. But oh boy. That slows Khaldor down a little bit. So he's not going to be able to defend at the top right away. And the Punisher is already there. Here comes the quick jump onto Stitches. I don't think they can hold that keep. We're 20 minutes into the game already, and this is just bad news for Team Drakyr. They've been doing a great job during this game, but Team Daykwaza is just a bit ahead of them and are now dropping the second keep of the blue team. If they can get kills here, then they can go core. But they are still able to take that Punisher down fairly quickly. So this game isn't over yet. It's looking a bit crazy. If you're just looking at the structures, there's obviously a mad advantage for Team Daykwaza. I mean, they still hold 2 forts. And the last thing that's standing for Team Drakyr besides the core is the keep in the middle. And even that has been poked down to 50% HP. So there is pressure on the blue team. They gotta go for an attack. It's gonna be a bit of a desperate move eventually, I suppose. But they have to force a fight. There's nothing else that they can do. The only 2 heroes, by the way, that haven't died yet in the game are Brightwing and also Khaldor. Yeah, Breeze gets away. That Indomitable saved him. The hook was good. Stork is looking for that 1 kill. Gravity Lab's already in. And here comes Deathwing. They go for the kills. And it's a bloodbath, isn't it? Khaldor, he's so low. Deathwing wants the kill and he gets it. Khaldor is down. Deathwing murders the Fire Mage. Only a dead elf is a good elf. Death to all tree huggers. And now we have a 5 versus 4, a big opportunity to take the final keep down. They go for, they go for Diva. Another stack for Malthael. I think he could have waited with that a little bit longer, but that's the big opportunity. But the Gorge is there. They're trying to go for Lunara, but Stork gets stopped. Stork gets stopped, but they get the kill on Bambi. And Deathwing is dead as well. What the hell? Jaina is dead. Daykwaza is dying. He has the no one can stop death, but oh my god. 3, 4 catapults on the core, and they are starting to take damage. 95% on the core. If they would have been able to just buy a little bit more time, Team Daykwaza that is, that core would have fallen quickly. It's a bit of a meme, by the way, that this thing is still standing. What a game. What a game. But honestly, how do you get back here? Like, how do you get back into this? That's the question that I have, because I just don't see it. You have so many structures to still go through. 48,000 damage for Jaina. Khaldor's on 45k. And 74,000 by Deathwing. 74,000. It's nasty. Catapults at the top, catapults at the bottom. And I'm not so sure if they can really go that deep. I would be surprised if they're keeping the pressure up here. Yeah, they're moving back. They open the wall up. It opens up another opportunity potentially. Jaina has to still deal with the catapults, and that's exactly what she does. But this is not necessarily over yet. One team fight can change the entire game now. And it's 23 minutes in. Brightwing, the only survivor. That just shows you how hard it is to take that vermin down. A bit more poke. Where's Lunara's damage, by the way? 61,000. Look at her siege, though. Totally excelling on that. Yeah, catapults at the bottom of the map. Still massing up on the core. That could be a problem this late in the game. These things hit hard. But there's the hook. Doesn't connect, though. Second catapult is coming in at the bot lane now. Keep the minimap in your sights, because that could be the problem now for Team Drakyr. We are looking at Winions. Those are Winions. They are hitting hard. Very, very hard. And they are on the core. The shield is falling. It's going to be falling quickly. It's bad news for the blue team. Someone has to go back. Someone has to go back and go back quickly. But the minion wave that spot might deal with the situation. Kala in trouble. Deathwing. And he gets away. Maybe. The shield on the core has fallen. The catapults are doing work. The Punisher is taken by the red team. They're trying to go for the kill. Deathwing is still getting chased, but he's going to survive. Daykwaza Kane, then again, he's dead. The core is at 89%. Another catapult is already on the way. And after Deathwing dying, D.Va loses the mag. Drakyr is on the run. Gets attacked and murdered by Malthael. And that should be the end of it. They're still playing it out with Stalk a bit, but that just has to be game. D.Va gets attacked all the way up at the top in the middle of the map. They can go for the keep and take that one down too. Catapults everywhere. D.Va in trouble. She gets the mech back again. Stitches still fighting with Breeze. That's a never-ending battle. And Khaldor is at least still alive, but well, not for long, or at least it looked like it. That has to just be game. This is over. So right now we are looking at a tie in this best of 5 series. What a fantastic opening into this match. A 1-1 situation ongoing after map number 1 and map number 2. Team Daykwaza going for the core here on Infernal Shrines and taking the win. Stitches goes down. First point on the board for the red team as we are headed towards game number 3 of the best of 5. Four maps are guaranteed as the series is tied. We're heading into Dragonshire, everybody. And this should already spice things up quite a bit. This is a map that we haven't really seen a whole lot in Meta Madness yet. But it was chosen by Team Daykwaza. They were able to win Infernal Shrines, and therefore the losing team, Team Drakyr, could decide whether they want to have a first pick, first ban, or map choice. And they decided in favor of this. So, Rexa is still up. That's already an interesting one because Dragonshire is of course a map where Rexa absolutely excels at the top lane. There's a couple of other heroes that we have to keep an eye on. And he gets banned. Alright. So Rexa is already out. Personally, I would not mind to see Abathur played again. Samuro banned against Soaking. He already pulled off some shenanigans with that bad boy. And it would have been even worse if you get some Samuro and Abathur. I'm still waiting for this, by the way. That has been played in HGC a couple of times. Cheese opponents out and go for structures. And I do not understand, well, we haven't seen it since then at least once or twice to try and pull off the same cheesy play. But in this case, of course, with Samuro being banned, there's not even an option for it. Chromie has been banned too. But we have now 40 heroes banned in total. 20 were played and can't be played again. 20 are pre-banned for the entire event. So slowly but steadily we're starting to limit the hero pool and whittle it down. I'm still waiting for the time where one of the teams, by the way, in the first map or the second map decides that they want to play a double support, a triple support, or just get rid of 5 supports by simply playing them. Just to see what happens then towards the later games. And we have an early pick into Uther already. Okay. Uther, first pick. Oriel together with Cassia. And I'm already a little bit interested what's this going to be coupled with. My initial thought was that maybe we want to get it with Uther also in ETC, and then of course ETC he was played on the first map, so that's not a thing. But there's a double support. So Uther maybe as the main tank here, and Turana gets picked as the second support. So all of a sudden we're starting to remove a few more supports from the game, which is going to make it really interesting for game number 4 and game number 5 in particular. But in addition to that, we now have also a lot of stuns. We have an Uther probably doubling as a main tank. We get Medivh together with that. Yeah, this is getting interesting. Quickly. And Turana can also interrupt any channel in the middle for the Dragon Knight. Alright, Leo gets banned. That's one of the things that they're missing a little bit wave clear. You got Medivh, true, but for the side lane you want to have someone that can rotate. And we're not seeing that right now. But what do you ban against Breeze? They ban Shogal. They see the Oriel and they're like, alright, let's ban Shogal. I can appreciate that. Better safe than sorry, right? And you're mostly targeting Breeze now anyways. What is still up for him? Talked about a few of the potential picks. Tyrael! Really? I thought... No, Tyrael was... Yeah, Tyrael is still up. And they get Abathur. Double Cassia again. That's something that we have seen a few times too. Double Cassia is nasty, but there's the slug, finally. Slap it, baby. Slap it! So, God, I love myself some Abathur plays. Hail to the king, baby.
Hail to the king, baby.
Alright. Arthas! What the hell? Uther, Tyrande, Arthas, and Zarya? I could have seen a Greymane pick now, but with Arthas and that lineup, whoever you pick is going to have a bit of a rough time. Greymane would also have been a little bit too far out there, I think. They still need someone that deals with the side lane. I don't believe that they can only rely on Abathur there. Dragonshire, map number 3, and it's getting spicy. Imperius is the pick. Okay. Guys, this is going to be a good game. Nice. Game number 3. Meta Madness, the loser bracket continues. Daykwaza against Drakyr. Third map, it's Dragonshire. Let's go. Team Drakyr against Team Daykwaza continues, and we got a good one on our hands. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm especially happy that we have Abathur in the game, because that's always amazing. But well, as it stands, we now have on the left side in blue the team with the double support. Double support plus, in addition to that, also Zarya. Stalk on Uther, doubling as a main tank. Cascon Tyrande, soaking is going to side lane with Arthas. We got Drakyr and Zarya, and Hirath on Medivh. That's a wild combo. And on the right side, Daykwaza on Imperius, Breeze on Tyrael, Oriel played by Henning, Kala on Cassia, and no game, no life. Not only with Abathur, but also starting it up with a Toxic Nest build. Going for the Envenomed Nest here on level 1. God, love it. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, this is going to be good shit. Well, they are starting to split on the lanes. Hello? Hello, team? That fight looked like it was over, but nope, not quite. So they're starting to chase them hard, and Tyrande, run baby run! They could get the kill, and they do! Breeze mercilessly jumping in and taking Tyrande down. Nice! Me likey. Yeah, well, this is all starting to play out here, guys. Also, once again, the quick reminder, especially for the people that are watching this on YouTube right now. If you want to support the tournament a little bit, if you want to make sure that we have more of these events in the future, check out the video description. There's a link to the sponsor, Hightech. Click the link, costs you 3 seconds, not more than that, but it's already great when they see that there's a bit of traffic coming through the tournament, that people are checking their website out. And I can only heavily recommend them. So if you are currently in the market for some hardware, you are thinking about maybe getting a new system or just upgrading yours, then definitely have a closer look. They have a fantastic chat support, by the way, so just get in contact with one of their guys. They can really help you with whatever you need. Even if you have no idea about hardware, just let them know if you want to do streaming, what kind of games you're playing, and they can recommend a few things to you. We had a lot of people in the community that already got PCs from them or got upgrades, and yeah, they are fantastic. I myself have a high-tech PC, very happy with it. So if you're thinking about it, just get... Oh, hello, Abathur. Just get them to talk to you a little bit and they can help you out there, but they are great. So big shout out to Hightech. And again, would be awesome if you would support this a bit. Since again, without them, this wouldn't be possible. Abathur tunneling in, by the way. That would have been spicy. The slug wants some party. So he's going in, trying to turn into a big dragon. Arthas has fallen once. We have him, by the way, now also with the Eternal Hunger on level 1 and going into the Frozen Wastes. But the bot lane got opened up a bit. And while the Slugger is still sitting around here and thinking about moving in to get the Dragonite, Drakyr is sitting in the middle and is attempting to make sure that doesn't happen. The problem is, now that Medivh dies at the bottom of the map, they're running into even more trouble, and this is bad news. Zarya moving down here allows the Slugger to move into the mid lane, and yes, here we go. The big brain plays as Team Drakyr is starting to fall behind on the third map. Abathur is doing his thing. We got 3 kills to 0 already. The continuous pressure at the bot lane continues. And yeah, that's damage in the middle, that's damage at the bottom. The only lane that is suffering a bit is the top lane, where Soaking is having the upper hand against Daykwaza. And that could become a bit of an issue where somebody will have to help out. So Abathur, of course, needs to be careful with the duration of the Dragonite too, but he can use the Dragon's Breath for quite a long time to simply burn some of these minion waves down and apply pressure towards the fort, which is more or less what he's doing. They have the early level 7 as well. And topside, that's another thing. Soaking has to be careful that he doesn't overdo it. Abathar, having an Abathar on your team is like cheating. If you find yourself in a 1v1, Abathar is going to ruin the day for you, because he just doesn't care about an honorable and fair 1v1. He is not respecting it whatsoever. He's just going in and he wants the kills. And currently they're trying to do the exact same thing again. Abathar's already there and they're pushing Soaking back towards the middle. That also means, though, that at the bottom of the map, the fight is currently playing out without Abathar, who definitely needs to help them a little bit at least. But everybody is, oh yeah, going for Cassia. They are also trying to get the kill on Drakyr now, though, and with the explosion of Tyrael as Breeze has fallen, that might even be possible. Oh, there's the kill. Zarya is dead, killed by the camp. Zarya got killed by the camp. Oriel takes down Tyrande. And now they're going for Stalk. Medivh needs to get out. Abandoning Uther, by the way. Medivh is such a bitch. I mean, she is locked into victory, and she promised Uther earlier that she would fight with him to the end. And then the second that she realizes that she is not going to survive this one, she just says, "See ya, nerd," and jumps out of the battle. Uther's all alone and dies a sad and lonely death. That was ruthless. So yeah, Medivh definitely a heart of stone here. But they take the camp, they got the kill, 6 kills to 2, and that means they also can drop the fort, which they do. And they're even trying to get a few more hits in against Zarya, who has been revived now. But this is a spicy game. And by the way, full Envenom build by Abathar. So he went into the Toxic Nests here, Vile Nest, the Prolific Dispersal, the Envenomed Nest. Goes for the mines. Hasn't even picked Mule, by the way, so that's the next thing. But we also have on top of that the Ultimate Evolution now. So even before the heroic ability for Abathar is ready, the red team has been doing really well, which is normally not the case. But now that they got that, it's of course going to get better and better and better. But as it stands, we have, again, Arthas with a speed bubble. This is obviously one of the cool things when you're playing Zarya and Arthas. Not that it is a fantastic combo. I mean, again, 40 heroes have been banned, so there's a reason why we see the two of them in tandem now. But if you have the speed bubble, you make up for one off. Oh, that was a nice spear. Good stun too, but the Aegis is out. Abathar is in the middle again. The Slugger has the Dragonite once more. And the fight continues. The fight continues down here. Breeze with the Sanctification, and here comes the Dragonite. Boom. Arthas gets kicked out a little bit. He survives. Medivh is dead again. But what I really wanted to point out is that one of the problems with Arthas is that he doesn't have the same ability as a lot of other heroes and tanks. He doesn't really have a solid gap closer outside of trying to root a target down with a frozen with a frozen thingy. Howling Blast, that's what I was looking for. So if you can speed him up with the level 4 on Zarya, that puts you in a real good spot, because now one of his weaknesses doesn't exist anymore. And that helps him to be very, very strong in these fights. The problem that they have is that the red team is playing exceptionally well around all of this and is now at the 7-minute mark getting their first keep. 7-minute mark, keep is gone. Abathar has to slither out here slowly. Kinda crazy, alright, so he can quickly burrow towards the... Actually, he goes for the copy, and they're getting a kill. They're getting a double. What the fuck is happening here? Are they going for the core? 7.5 minutes in? Excuse me? What happened? Team Daykwaza, they lost game number 1, and now it's an absolute disaster for Team Drakyr. Soaking was looking for Abathar for a second, I think, but yeah, they're already on the core. So everybody is dead with the exception of Zarya and Arthas, and the core is starting to lose hit points too. Soaking dies, Arthas is gone. What a speed run by Daykwaza's team. There's a Sanctification again, even counterplaying the stun from Uther. The core is falling. The Tyrael explosion can do damage if it comes to it. Level 13 talents are in. They're ending this before the 10-minute mark. It's insane. 8 minutes and 15 seconds. Everybody's dead though. And Breeze is about to die too, and that's not enough. That is not enough. 11 points on Abathar. Abathar went in and died too. He went for the slap and he couldn't get it. 13 to 13. The core is down to 11 points. Oh boy, the speed run was shut down. But it really seems like these guys are having some fun right now. But what an absolute... I mean, they murdered in that push. They absolutely murdered. But 11 points on the core. Can you imagine what's going to happen here if at any point the red team makes it towards the core? Even with the only thing that has to happen is Tyrael dropping a sanctification. The second that happens is over. And obviously Team Drakyr knows that too, so Daykwaza, they just have to posture at the bot lane and apply pressure. But the composition for the blue team is just not working. So Team Daykwaza is just going all out offense again. Moving in, looking for kills. There's a double Imperius now and you can already see them running. You can see them running. And if they are getting pushed back towards the core, the game is just simply over. Because Breeze is easily gonna drop that sanctification if he doesn't get interrupted. They win the game. But then again, you shouldn't commit Sudoku too often or you're going to allow your opponent to make it back into the game and start a comeback. Not really the best thing. Breeze with an early Sanct here. They're trying to go for Uther. Stun is out. There's the cage as they try to get the kill. And they do. They do. Oriel is dead. Oriel is dead. Abathar is sitting at the top and is defending. Also trying to allow for that fort to exist a little bit longer. Yeah. Slaps it a little bit. But now that he lost another 3 heroes, he's again in trouble. Hello, Abathar? That's ballsy. Just sits straight in that minion wave and is like, well, nothing's wrong here. This is fine. This is totally fine. Guys, the blue team is ahead in experience now. Maybe Daykwaza and his boys memed a little bit too much. Maybe they just memed a little bit too much. Now, Tyrael is still interrupting Soaking for a bit longer and buys them some time to get the rest of their heroes back onto the map. And with the help of Abathar, he can also threaten this. But the top fort has fallen. The bottom fort is also getting dropped. 16 is close. And this is not over yet. Yeah, 11 points on the core is not a lot. But they can't do anything as long as they have the level 16 talent advantage. Abathar, I mean, this is one of the more active Abathars on the map that I have seen in a while. Literally moved towards the top lane and just said, alright boys, let's go. I'm retaking this. We're not gonna give them a Dragonite. And kudos to them. Preventing the Dragonite from being taken by the blue team, that's actually big. And that also saves their mid fort. Damage output, 56,000 by Cassia. Top damage in the game still. Abathar is sitting at 37, which is pretty respectable. Medivh with 42,000 herself. And now over here, Drakyr getting attacked again. But we have 16 talents on both sides now. Okay. Just a few kills is all that the red team needs. But can they get them? Breeze is jumping in, going in deep. Now we have the Soma Transference, so even more survivability. Actually, we don't. We have the spatial efficiency and the Envenom spikes instead. So we're getting the slow instead. No Soma Transference for them. A bit of pressure at the bottom of the map, by the way. There's the Aegis, okay. Counter playing the expulsion zone. Uther hasn't used his ult yet, and they're still cleaving this out. Especially Herathon as Medivh is starting to try and crush it. And threaten kills. Yeah, Tyrael also was in trouble there for a moment. Okay, we got a double Tyrael play. Not your typical Abathar copy, I'd say. This is a problem, by the way. With 11 points on the core, are you kidding me? Now, to be fair, it's only 12 minutes into the game. So, highly unlikely to finish the game, but still. And they're going for the Dragonite. And with Abathar taking the top, they now have the chance to push into the middle. 63 seconds for the ult to be back up. Cassia is still at the bot lane, by the way. They might just take the Siege Giants here. Can they sneak them quickly enough? I don't think so. But they're moving over. Breeze has Sanctification. Breeze has a Sanctification, but Abathar doesn't have his ult. They take the Dragonite, they pull towards the core. That was well done. They fake for the core, and then they take the Dragonite in the meantime. There's the Aegis. Tyrael is making his way over to the core. Rest of the team is moving over too. So they're just trying to end the game. They're sitting here, they're saying like, fuck it, let's go. Cassia is dead. Breeze can still explode on that thing. They just need a little bit of damage. It doesn't have to be a lot, and that's going to be the end of it. Yep, that's enough. That's all that they need. This is game. GG, Team Daykwaza with a 2-1 lead in the best of 5. Game number 4 was wild. Game number 3. There we go. This is game number 4. God, I'm getting confused already. But yeah, that was a wild one. I mean, they went for the core at 7 minutes 30 seconds and nearly finished it. And Abathar, I mean, boy, he was so hella active on the map the entire time. So yeah, good stuff here. Really nice series between the two teams. Definitely a lot of fun. And guys, again, if you enjoyed, check out the link in the video description with High Tech. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. So I'm not just saying that. So definitely take those few seconds if you like the games that we're getting here. Battlefield is the map, and Artanis is getting banned. If that is your first ban, you already know that something is off. Yeah, that's Meta Madness. 50 heroes are banned. 50 heroes as we're entering the draft of map number 4. Are we gonna go the full distance? That remains to be seen. For now, it seems that Daykwaza's team is picking up more and more steam with every single map that we start. So, yeah, game number 1, they struggled. Game number 2 was a little bit closer. Game number 3, they were pretty dominant. So, yeah, that was quite strong. But okay, now we have the next few bans kicking in, and obviously on the, especially on the support side, things could now become quite mad. Because if you ban some supports out, which they do, they ban Morales, then you're limiting the pool very significantly, since we had the double support in the previous game. And Zarya is also off the board, so if you're just thinking of playing her as not a healer but a support, that's also already out. So yeah, looking pretty good for them. Lily is still up. Who else is up? I think Alexstrasza is still available. I don't think she was played. Honestly, I'm losing track too. So Lily is up. Alexstrasza might still be available. Besides that, there's not too much left on the map. They go for Urel. Alright. If there's only 2 supports left and they go for a double pick now. Can you imagine what that would look like? That would be crazy. And yeah, Kharazim and Lily are the only... Kharazim, Lily and Alexstrasza are still available. Okay. So we still have 3. So even if they would go for the double pick now, there would still be a support left. Guys, they can double pick the supports. If they pick 2 supports now, and then ban the last one, then there's no supports for Team Daykwaza. Now, they've won with that already once. Am I missing someone? I think I'm missing a support, aren't I? I think Whitemane is also still up. There's Alexstrasza and they go for Jimmy, so we got Exterminator as a possible tool to deal with the Immortal. Yeah, that's something that they could definitely do. They could go for that and use that. Go for Exterminator, try and take the Immortal down. But yeah, so there's in total still 4 supports up. With Alarak, I could totally see them go for Kharazim, by the way. A 7-sided strike after you get an Alarak isolation. That would be strong. Okay. God, this is wild already. They ban Rexa again. Yeah, I mean, fair. The stuns that he brings at the front line are super annoying. Oh boy. Alexstrasza isn't too bad in that situation right now. I gotta admit that Mei with Breeze with Mei, that's a really good front line, and they now also ban some of the tanks that they don't want to go up against. So the hero pool is really starting to slim down. There's Kharazim as expected, and they get Greymane. Yeah, Greymane is a great pick here. Against the Immortal, Greymane is of course fantastic. Yeah, that really helps them now. They got the Bullet, they got Alarak with Isolation, 7-sided strike. There's a lot of blow-up potential. And Breeze, of course, has the slows to bring to the table now, too. That's a strong draft so far from Team Daykwaza. Double pick. What's Stork playing? Ah! There it is! Double trouble, baby! We get Shogal. Oh my god, this is amazing. I didn't even think about him anymore. They go for Cho'Gall. Oh, but against... Oh my god. Against Kharazim and against Greymane? Ah, boy. Hey, that is a ballsy pick. Born out of desperation, I would assume. And now we're getting Leoric for the drain as well. As much as I appreciate the Cho'Gall pick, against this lineup... Oh boy, that's not going to be easy. I think they're a little bit desperate here. Team Drakyr against Team Daykwaza, everybody. Map number 4, Battlefield of Eternity. Let's have it. Are we going to go to the 5th map, or does it all end here for Team Drakyr? Does Team Daykwaza move on to the next round? Let's find out. Team Drakyr and Team Daykwaza. Beautiful series that we've seen from them thus far. Drakyr on Reyna for the blue team. Kaskar on Alexstrasza. We got Hiraeth on Ghaul. Stalk is playing Cho and Soaking on Urel. On the right side of the map, we got Team Daykwaza. Daykwaza himself on Leoric. Breeze on Mei. Kala on Greymane. We got No Game, No Life on Alarak. And we have Henning on Kharazim. What a fun series, honestly. Yeah. Stealth. That's a bit of a weird one. But alright, so on level 1 for Alexstrasza, we get it with the Circle of Life. I'm still waiting for Jimmy to show what he's going for. I would assume Executioner and, Exterminator. And yes, there he is. Exterminator gets chosen. Nothing that is really surprising here at the beginning of the game at least, but obviously with Cho'Gall now in the house, it won't be... Oh, Drakyr, the kill! Nice! Great coordination from Daykwaza's team. I said it before and I say it again, it really feels like the first map for them was a bit of a warm-up and that backfired quickly, but now that they find their rhythm, they're looking way stronger here. And the pick on Cho'Gall is, honestly, it seems like it's born out of desperation. There wasn't really a whole lot available anymore. You could have picked Varian. I guess if they go for a Varian pick, I mean... The draft could have been real different. Greymane, for example, was picked late, so if they just decided to go into a Varian pick, they could have maybe comboed that off with Greymane. I could have also seen Varian for the red team, but obviously they decided in one of the first picks to go for Mei. Besides that, there's not that many main tanks available anymore, so Cho'Gall is not necessarily a dumb idea. The only problem that exists with it is that the heroes that are being played against him are just so good against Cho'Gall. So that's the issue at this point. But well, maybe the blue team can make it work. Up at the top, we now have them with a 2v1 situation as they are starting to attack the wall. Daykwaza is going up against the camp and the two heroes and is of course going to drain, drain, drain. He will also adjust his talents a little bit to what he's facing. Same is going to be true for the rest of these boys as well. Alexstrasza with a life binder can really do a whole lot to keep Cho'Gall alive, but it's not going to be an easy feat given the situation that they're in. And Drakyr not having any escape tools, yeah, Jimmy is going to have a tough time whenever Alarak is able to get close to him, because there is a lot of mobility on Kharazim. Then you have Mei sliding in, Alarak can get the combo out. Down at the bottom of the map, they at least used that opportunity to open this up, but now Cho'Gall is low. And with Alexstrasza dying, Cho'Gall, oh, he escapes! Oh my god! Yeah, nice move by No Game on Life. I actually like that he was trying to go for the blind hit and see what he can do with it. So Cho'Gall survives, but, well, Kharazim died. So Kharazim down. We now got the fight or flight for Jimmy. We got the uppercut, Hand of Freedom, and the Rising Dread. But with 3 kills to 0, the advantage for Team Daykwaza is obviously quite noticeable already. And the big problem that they're also facing is that when it comes to immortal pressure, unless you're getting Jimmy onto the point, the red team is also looking very, very strong, especially with Greymane. Once that he goes into the Worgen form here, he can do a ton of work. And, well, Cho'Gall in trouble. There's the Dragon Queen on the other hand. And that's a big advantage for Team Drakyr. So while we're already talking about it, having the Dragon Queen and being able to pop her real quickly, that is going to be quite helpful throughout the game. And Jimmy is now doing his thing. And it's just crazy how good Exterminator is as the talent against the Immortal. They are collapsing on Yrel though, and the Space Goat is dead, and it's just a full gangbang on Cho'Gall too. Everybody wants him. He's so popular. The entire 5-man just jumped in on him. Now he survived through it, and even is able to damage Breeze a little bit. But after the 50-50 split between the two teams, it still seems like we're gonna see the red team pull ahead slightly. They need to get Reyna onto the Immortal somehow, and with both of these bad boys guarding it, it's not going to be an easy feat. So, yep, here we have it. They try to burn it down. They're actually getting the shield reduced real heavily, but it's still a first Immortal for Team Daykwaza. Yeah, they take it. They take the level 7, they take the Immortal, and now they can try to push through the top lane a bit more aggressively. The one thing that's always true with Cho'Gall is also that he, of course, is scaling into late game quite nicely. But after level 10, there will be the bullet on Greymane to contest the 7-sided strikes. Any kind of isolation on him will most likely lead to a very quick and painful death on the Ogre. Yrel is now moving topside too. We got the level 7 for them. The Edge of Madness is already in. And we also got the Power Surge. Yrel is moving in. They're trying to go for Breeze maybe. Cho'Gall attempting to help them set up a kill, but it's Yrel that gets focused by Greymane again. And she dies once more. Now, Yrel is a sacrifice that they were willing to make here to save the fort. And so far that worked. They were obviously hoping for a kill. That didn't quite turn out that way. But they at least didn't lose the fort, so that's already important. They go for Greymane, but I don't think that's going to work out. Nope. Cho'Gall dies for the first time. That's a double kill right here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, Alexstrasza is dead too. Yeah, they're getting farmed now. Team Daykwaza is turning Battlefield of Eternity into a farming simulator. 9 kills to 0 at level 9. And this is going to be the first fort. Leo is defending the bot lane, and that is... I mean, that's trouble brewing. Look at the level 10s that are going to kick in any moment right now. They're already ahead by 2 levels, and that with heroic abilities is just a window that's nearly impossible to bridge. I mean, how do you get around this? That's insane now. That's absolutely crazy. So, there's the ice wall. They're trying to go for Cho'Gall again. 7-sided strike, and that's exactly the problem right here. Deadly charge, 7-sided strike. They can pull all of it off. They go for the Atum too. Soaking is about to fall. Barely makes it out. The gate is assaulted. 11 kills to 0. And they are just crushing it. Team Drakyr is in real trouble. If they lose this map, then they lose the series. And then they drop out of the tournament. This is their final chance. Yeah. They dropped out of the winner bracket yesterday, and this is the only shot that they still have here, but I don't know how you can come back from this. I mean, they need level 10. Once they have level 10, there's a lot more survivability on Cho'Gall, of course, too, so they can play around it. The same is true also for Soaking. Yrel is really suffering here. I mean, how many times did she die now? That's the 3rd death on Yrel. So she is getting crushed too, and they still don't have level 10. So they're just sitting around hoping somehow to get the experience for heroic abilities so that they can finally fight back, but it's just not a thing at this point. So the Immortal is about to be taken. That's going to be 100% shield on the Immortal. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. 100% shield, that fort is gone. And if you only lose the fort, then you are going to be real lucky here. But well, they got level 10. So let's see what they can pull off with the defense. There's Lifebinder. That was, of course, I mean, duh. We also have the Ardent Defender now. Cho'Gall going for the Twisted Nether here with Gal. Cho himself with the Hammer of Twilight. And we got Jimmy with the Hyperion. They drop it immediately and they got to. They really got to pull out all of the stops here. But the fort is... you can't save it. The Entomb then again misses, so that's already a good step, but Soaking, is he gonna get out? Seems like he might. They're still trying to get him. There's the slow, has to... hobbity hop goat. Hibbity hobbity. From the left to the right to the left. And he's able to get away. It's Yrel after all, so they're buying a bit of time for the blue team to be able to defend against the Immortal push, but the gate is falling, so we are gonna see damage on the keep. Damage on the keep for sure. And maybe... Oh, there's the combo! 7-sided strike, Leo! Yes, that's a dead Kharazim at least, isn't it? Yes, it is. And they're getting more. Leo's about to fall too. That's a double kill. That's a triple kill. They go for Andubarak. Cho'Gall, baby! That is nice. That's actually pretty cool. Could you imagine if they would have been able to make it towards level 10 at roughly the same pace that Team Daykwaza did? That could be a very different game, but as it is, they're still trying to catch up here. Now, Gal with 27,000 is top damage in the game. They're going for Leoric again, and he barely makes it out. But maybe there's a little bit of hope left for the blue team after all. They're definitely fighting. And the big fat ogre is doing work, or at least did work in the last fight. So is it comeback time? That's the question. Yrel is at the top lane, level 13 talents of course, give Daykwaza's team an advantage for a few more seconds. But we're already seeing the blue team approaching the next talent tier 2. Yeah, and of course now we're also going to get the drains. The Unyielding Despair is in, and against Cho'Gall it was a given that Daykwaza would go for drain talents on 13 and on 16. I mean, what else are you going to do here? Yeah, there's the spawn. The Immortal is up. This could get interesting. So the Immortal is going to be up. We got, first of all, the Twilight Nova. Also have the Life Unbound now. Ults are all ready. Even Yrel is going to get her ult back for the fight. I had to use it a bit earlier, and the 2-minute cooldown is obviously pretty heavy. So if you have to hit the button, then it's going to take quite some time until you're back to business with it. But we still need the 13 for Cho. So survivability could be key here. But they go for the damage. Quest is also completed for Alexstrasza, so even better. They're moving straight back down here. They give up a bit on the halftime show though, so without Jimmy they can't really meet the damage output from Kharazim and especially of course Greymane. But now that they're all back, this is the moment when you can go for the fight. And level 13 has been picked. Twilight Veil has been chosen. And they're going for the red team's Immortal now. So now they have to make the play. Hyperion is out, they're trying to zone. Jimmy needs to get on that point. He needs to get into range and start attacking it. And he finally starts to do it. Alexstrasza maybe a little bit early with the ult here. But they're of course afraid that they're going to lose Cho'Gall. Greymane is starting to burn the Immortal down. But now that Jimmy is here, he can possibly win that race. It's close call though. And Greymane is just crushing it. Can they take it? I don't think so, but at least they're reducing the shield. And Andubarak is in trouble. 7-sided strike! And there's the kill. Andubarak gets murdered as Cho'Gall moves in. But this is another problem that they have to face. And Yrel is already on the way. So the Immortal through the top lane. And the Keep already attacked. At the bottom of the map, there's catapults moving in. Oh, they're doing so much better now after they have level 10 abilities. Shocking, I know. I know, you are surprised. You are shocked. But, God, can you imagine if they would have just had a better early game? This could be such an insane back and forth now. As it is, it's already close. But level 16 could give another big power spike over to Team Daykwaza. And it seems like this keep is going to fall. So they're going to go for the kills instead. 12 minutes in. Yrel hopping in, hopping out. She had to use the ult earlier. And they're just retreating. But the keep falls. Team Drakyr, they lose the keep and they have taken a bit more damage down here at the bottom. They are still... I mean, they're still 8 kills behind. 37,000 damage now for Gal. Another play for Yrel. She doesn't have ult. Soaking doesn't have the ult any longer and there's level 16 now. Yeah, hops in a little bit deep, but Cho'Gall is there too. Going for even more damage with a wave of 100 fists, plus the Crushing Hope, and in addition to that, the Alpha Killer. Now they can unleash the full power of their abilities against Cho'Gall. Maybe outside of the level 20 talent. So yeah, it's gonna get worse and worse and worse for him. But again, they are closing in on level 16 as well. It's not only the red team that is getting ahead and able to pick up additional talents, especially with Yrel helping out. But they want to go for that fight. 16 talents or no 16 talents, but the life binder is too late. Beautiful execution on the combo, the bullet straight to the face. And they are able to get the kill on Cho'Gall. But they're also losing Kharazim. So that's your support gone. There's level 16 talents with a Pained Rat. We also got the Leaden Orb and the Templar's Verdict. But how long is Team Daykwaza really willing to sit down here, considering that they don't have a support right now? They want to get damage onto that keep, and with 2 camps, they can definitely start to pull that off. Drakyr barely made it out of the fight, and keep number 2 is going to get destroyed, isn't it? Yeah, they're going to lose that one. Oh, no, 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 no. Urel! No! The goat is dead! Oh, boy. That is such bad news for them. Unless they can get a counter kill, that is absolutely horrifying. Daykwaza, yes, okay, he dies, so it's going to be a 4 versus 4 for a bit longer. But with both of the keeps gone, this is the last fight that they have. They need to go for the Immortal, and they need to win this big time. Anubarak has 123 sadism at this point. 29,000 damage. He's top damage on the team. We got 40,000 damage for Gal still. And Breeze, he gets attacked, but they can't kill him. And Cho'Gall still pushing this. Now Urel is about to be back. Cho'Gall gets still attacked here. They gotta get Drakyr in. Hit that Immortal. They need to win this one. Urel is attempting to take some of the catapults down that are pushing at the top lane against the core. But they really need to at least win the halftime show so that they can go for step number 2. Yeah, there's the attack. Save him for now. 7-sided strike. Lifebinder is ready. This time it hits. But they gotta force something. It's so tricky. I mean, they're having... every lane is spawning catapults against them. They are going to win the halftime show here, I suppose. At least if Drakyr is making it into the Immortal fight, and he does. He still has his Hyperion, so he could create a little bit more space around the Immortal now that they're shifting positions. It's not over yet. The fat lady... it's not over until the fat lady sings, but she's taking a deep breath right now. 9 kills ahead. And Greymane is attacking the Immortal on the right side. Greymane is doing his thing. So they need to move in and finish this Immortal off, or it is lights out no matter what. What a wall! The ice wall of Breeze is nearly perfect, but everybody is dropping low, and that's especially true for Breeze himself. Mei is dead, the Immortal is about to fall, and so is Leo. Urel survives, and they win the objective. They get the objective. 2 heroes are dead. They still got to deal with the catapults, and that's exactly what Drakyr is for. But now they have a chance to at least take a fort down. Oh boy, it's a little bit crazy. Right now, the only thing that you're really hoping for is destroying a fort. Are you kidding me? They closed the experience gap, but they still got to deal with the big structural advantage that Team Daykwaza has. So, 16 minutes in, yes, you're going to get the fort for free, I suppose. But eventually, Urel has to move towards the top and help them out here. 53,000 damage for Gal. That's huge. And this one is an easy drop. So this is not over. I mean, a big advantage still for Team Daykwaza, but technically, if you start winning the fights from here on out, this is technically still winnable. They need that 20 at the same time than the opponent, though. Leo, by the way, with the consistent drains against Cho'Gall is sitting at 34,000, which puts him into the driver's seat in regards to the damage output. They're making another play. Breeze still alive, but he's low. And so is that keep at the top lane. So are they going to sit around and try and poke this out a bit more? Yeah, they could. And they're trying. There it is already. Slowly but steadily. Hyperion gets committed to. They want that keep. They know that they have to relieve pressure from the top lane. It's one of the few things that they can possibly do here. It's a big risk, of course, but they gotta take it. The Entomb didn't do anything, and that is keep. Yes, they get it. The keep is gone. They're still looking for a kill. But it's the bot lane that is now the problem, because there they still have even fought 7-sided. Alexstrasza could go for the Lifebinder, but she gets caught by the ice wall and drops it immediately. They are still going for it. They're pushing it even further. Cho'Gall in the late game. Level 20 is so close. Cho'Gall, he's low. They need to save the day. They need to get away here. And catapults on the core again. I'm not quite sure if they don't realize this, but yes, the minion wave is doing some damage, but they're going to lose hit points on the core now. So if they really stay at the top, they need to get some kills and end the game here. There's level 20. Are they aware of that? Lifebinder upgraded. Entomb upgraded. 85% on the core. Leo is down. Team Drakyr. They want game 5. They go for it. But the Winions, 70%, 73% on the core. 7-sided strike. Grim is dead. May is dead. They're doing it. They're actually doing it. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? They're going in and Shogal is going for the victory. They're taking it. We're going the full distance. We are going to game number 5. It's insane. Holy cow. Guys, I don't know what to tell you. Oh, God of Terror is the final map in the series, and we have only 3 supports left, 2 main tanks. If one of them starts to ban supports, all of the supports are gone. They're just gonna ban everything. This is getting insane. We could see a butcher here. We could, I mean, oh my God. I couldn't believe it. How did they turn the last game around? How? Kerrigan gets banned. I would screw with them so much at this point. Illidan gets banned too. Okay, they're not going to go for the all-out support ban, so we're going to get supports in this game. That's already certainty. But unbe-fucking-believable. I cannot believe we're on the 5th map. I would love to tell you that my body's ready, but I'm not so sure. I'm looking at this and I'm like, how? How did we even end up here? One of the teams is going to drop out now. Samuro gets banned. They're just banning every single melee assassin. Kerrigan is gone. Samuro is gone. Illidan is gone. Wait until the Butcher ban is coming. I don't know what's gonna happen here, but I know it's going to be great. They don't know what to do either, and I don't blame them. Zul gets banned. Oh boy. Okay. They gotta pick supports early. Maybe not a first pick right now. You don't have to first pick a support. Even if they don't and there's a double the support pick on the other. Oh boy. We get the Vikings. First pick Vikings. Oh, please play Butcher. Come on. When your first rotation is Ragnaros Asmodan, you know shit's getting real. Oh boy. Asmodan first pick together with Ragnaros, and you know we're gonna get Lava Wave. You know it's Lava Wave. 100%. Variant Chromie. Oh boy. Alright, alright, alright. Okay, okay, okay. Ragnaros and Asmodan. I'm game, I'm game. What do they ban? They ban Morales, alright. Morales is out. That leaves us with 2 supports. Whitemane is still up. And Lily. Whitemane and Lily are still available. Technically, you could pick a double support now if you're Team Drakyr, and your opponent wouldn't get a support at all. They could do that. Damage Lily, Whitemane for the heals. I could totally see that happening. They ban Mal'Ganis. Guys, it's going to be a double support now. They pick Whitemane Lily here. Do it. Do it. You know you want to. They are thinking about it. You know they're thinking about it. Damage Lily. They go Lily Nazebo. We have Ragnaros, Asmodan, and Nazebo. Okay, so now we're most likely going to get the white main pick. And what do we get together with that? This is insane. Last pick Murky. Last pick Murky. Or Probius. There's white main and they get Ophir together with it. Double mage variant with Vikings. Holy hell. What's Dog gonna pick now? Boy, if this goes late game, can you imagine late game Asmodan and a Zebo? No melee assassins. Probius incoming, Murky incoming. What craziness do they have? Gaslow! What the fuck is this? Ragnaros, Asmodan, Nezebo, and Gaslow. Oh, let's go. Let's go, boys. What the hell? Guys, we got Drakyr on Asmodan. It's the final map in the series. One of these two teams moves on to the next round of the losers bracket, and the other team drops out. We got Soaking on Ragnaros, Hirath on Nezebo, Cascon on Lily, and Stalk is playing Gaslow. On the right side of the map, Daykwaza with the Vikings, Klar on Chromie, Breeze with Variant, No Game No Life on Ophir, and Henning is playing white main. Okay, we're ready. Actually, I don't know if I'm ready for this. I highly doubt it at this point. Either it's been the 9 hours casting in a row or the drafts that we're seeing here, but I'm not sure if I'm ready for this game. Level 1, we get the Gluttony, we get the Blast Wave set up, and it's all about controlling the map, controlling the wave clear. Unbelievable. What a game. We've gone full quick match on this one. Oh boy, I love this. I absolutely love it. Now you gotta understand, as we're heading into... In total, 66 heroes were banned. 66 heroes have been banned in total, and that's what we're left with. This is the Drax of the Nexus. Gaslow instantly dies. I mean, he gets blown up within a second. So he's down already. Ragnaros, you know he's gonna go Lava Wave. There is no other choice. This is a Lava Wave game, if I've ever seen one. Drakyr, I'm not so sure. On the one hand, you can of course still play with the Black Pool. But given that you can also play a really sneaky and cheesy push play with Asmodan, I think Demonic Invasion might just be what they're going for. And then just always come in, take those forts down, take those keeps down, and try to go for the core. James Bond, Asmodan, trying to run in and take it. And obviously Gaslow is going to go a lot for the camps here too. Talk about camps, another one is getting attacked here all the way up at the top, and Soaking is dead. Ragnaros is down, they're losing Drakyr too. They can't fight with these guys. I don't know why they're trying. You can't play it like this, and they need to know that. You can't play the game like this, at least not in the early game. Once you're stacked a little bit, then Zebo is stronger, your Asmodan is stronger, by all means, try and take a couple of team fights. But at this point, it's just too early. You need to bring this into the mid game, into the late game. This is the only chance that you have, and they gotta know this. So, at this point, we got Big Voodoo in. We also got the taunt. And Ragnaros with a trade. I mean, the Vikings are slowly dying too, so they are most likely going to get dropped more and more as the game continues, and we're seeing Nezebo doing a spider thing. Obviously, Asmodan can do the same thing here, but it's all you have to buy time now. Late game is everything at this point. If you get into the late game, then the blue team has a much better chance. Vikings, of course, are going to be a factor there too. Gaslow gets blown up again. Yeah. He gets Rick-rolled hard here, so that's Gaslow down. And the first seed is up. Now, seeds are currently the biggest friend of Team Daykwaza because they have the better team fight for sure. So if they can get those seeds, then they're going to have pressure on the lane that they can use. 4 kills to 0 is not a great start for Team Drakyr. Now, that being said, they already decided a pretty shitty start into the last game and they made it work. King Cho'Gall was doing all the big plays. Yeah, Daykwaza loses another Viking. Soaking takes a few shots from the towers. And there's another quick hit. 56 stacks now for Azmodan. And of course, we're going to keep that eye on a Zebo, as he's likely going to try for the Vile Infection. But again, we have all the way up at the top the two. It's also the one thing to also keep in mind here. There's a lot of burst damage. You got a Chrome and you got a Ophir. If you have a taunt and both of them unleash, that's going to hurt, no matter who you are. So that is the big threat here. A couple of hits coming in, I like that. Lily, by the way, she's gone into the Serpent Sidekick, the Surging Winds. And now for the Let's Go on level 7. Whereas Azmodan goes for the Master of Destruction here. And I expect him to really play a very heavy push game, at least towards the mid and late game. Level 10 abilities are going to be super interesting, for sure. And up at the top, they go for Azmodan. He gets one more hit out, but he dies, and that's kill number 5 for the red team. But at least a few of the structures get finally taken out here. Now, part of that is also because the majority of the red team is now focusing onto the seed again. As I explained a little bit earlier, this is crucial for them. They are in a great position to take the Garden Terrors, and that's what they're aiming for here. And I don't really think they can be stopped on the third one either. So what Team Drakyr is going to try and do is get level 10 by the time and then defend with heroic abilities. Stalk again in trouble, but he gets away. Yeah, they're trying to go for the camp again. And I suppose this time they might let it slide. I don't think so, boys. Especially if they rotate someone else. And okay, with 3, they are able to pull this off. I mean, even Stalk is rotating in, but he gets taunted, and that was a little bit of a Sudoku move. I mean, that one... Wow, he didn't even die. Instead, Chromie dies, alright. And Breeze is in trouble too. But he gets out. They got their kill though. Chromie is dead, and that was actually a big one. Didn't expect that one to happen. 57 stacks for Nazib on the baseline. 91 for the Spiders. 112 for Azmodan. Yeah, we're getting somewhere here. Level 10 abilities give us the Vikings with a play again. Okay, we also get the shield wall. Crushing Jaws. And Whitemane hasn't made her choice yet, but here's the level 10s. That has to be Lava Wave. Yes, Lava Wave is in. Lava Wave, Grabo Bomb, the Jugs, and we got the Ravenous Spirit. And at the same time, I highly expect that we're going to get a Morning Invasion. Alright, he gets the Lava Wave out. I mean, good job, but he still died. I suppose we're gonna see, yep, the next wave also getting destroyed. So, they are pushing the bot lane out now much more heavily. Nazebo attacked. Lily helping, but I'm not sure if he can help it to survive. Here is Nazebo! And he's dead! Nazebo is dead. 1 Viking falls, but Azmodan gets also murdered. 8 kills to 2, another taunt, and Lily's adventure ends with death. Yeah, and there it is. There's the Garden Terrors. 1 level behind. Azmodan went into the Tide of Sin, so he went for the Black Pool place here. Interesting. I really expected him to go Demonic Invasion and try to cheese some structures. They're trying to slow it down. But this is bad news, because now Soaking is gonna fall. Yeah. Varian was ready for it, and he takes them down. That is bad news for Team Drakyr. They're losing too much, too quickly, on too many lanes. Top side has been defended, though, so that's at least some good news. Garden Terrors weren't able to take that down. But in the middle of the map, even here the fort is still in play. They didn't lose a fort. They didn't lose a single fort. 150 stacks for Azmodan. So, structurally, they are not that far behind yet. I mean, it's not really easy for them, don't get me wrong. It's only a level, but still. The map belongs to Team Daykwaza, but it's the late game that really matters the most. And they're slowly and steadily starting to take these walls down. They gotta stack Nazebo, they gotta stack Azmodan, they gotta buy time. This is just insane. This comp is so fucking stupid. Oh, it's brilliant. Late game, they are scaling. They're scaling hard. They gotta get there though. That's the problem. That's the big problem. Now, of course, now there's another 3 seeds that have to be taken by the red team to get another one of those, garden terrors. That, on the other hand, is definitely going to be a fort. So already at the top, 1 fort is down, and Ragnaros died, but he also got the lava wave out. So that's a few hits. Down here, suppose this one is going to fall. And the timing was perfect, so they get everything, including the catapult. And down here, they're still surviving. So they got level 13 now. That gives us also Sadea's Kiss. I mean, guys, they're playing on it. They got a fort. 1 fort is down. Asmodan is stacking a little bit more. Nazeebo, maybe not as quick as he should, but still. The Vikings are aiming for the channel, and that's another seed for them. But I would lie if I'd say that there's no chance for Team Drakyr to win this game. We've seen them with an incredible comeback on map number 4. Oh, the ult! Gaslow is dead! And Nazeebo falls. Yeah, they're losing too much. I don't know why they're taking these team fights. I really don't get it. I think it's a huge problem. They shouldn't take team fights like this. They cannot win them right now. And they should know that. So they're just committing Sudoku here. They lose everybody with the exception of Lili, and that is now a mad advantage in experience, because if you're taking a look at the experience that was gathered, 9,000 to 1,500. I don't understand why they're taking these fights. Stealing camps away, I get it. Try and get Gaslow over there or somebody else and steal the camp if you can. But you can't just simply go into a 5v5 or 5v4 team fight with the heroes that you have unless they're stacked into the late game. Time is your friend. Just survive long enough and don't fall too far behind. But that might have been a bit too much. That was a big problem here. If you stack Asmodan, if you hit level 20, if you stack Nazeebo and you hit the late game, then all of a sudden you're doing so much damage in these battles that you can take them. But this early on, there's just no way. They need to play this comp to its strengths, and they currently just don't do it. Ragnaros is there to buy time. He has his trade, he has his ult. Buy time for the rest of the team and just play it slow. But instead, they're taking these battles and it is backfiring heavily. Now, they still do what they can to now try and establish a bit of a presence, but it might be a bit too late. Now, Asmodan, obviously, with this trade, can also push the sidelines a little bit further. Hirath is still about to get away here. Asmodan is at 240 stacks, but that's 5 levels that they need. I honestly believe that if they didn't take the fights the way that they're doing right now, they would have a much better chance in the late game. And they are not out of this yet. They are playing a lot more passive now, and I like it. But you can tell on the minimap how aggressive the red team is with the way that they're posturing. I mean, look at Varian alone. Talking about Varian. Spiders, baby. But yeah, so Gaslow is stealing a few of the camps away. Ragnaros is doing his thing. Gets the hit. Nice! And there's a potential kill. But nope, they can't lock it in. The interrupt against the Zeebo's Ravenous Spirit just saved the mages in the back. So yeah, Chrome is still firing this out. Gaslow is stealing some of the camps away. There's level 16, so now they got the total annihilation. And we got them with a full blast wave setup. Blast Echo as well. Gaslow gets a kill at the top, so they're looking a bit better. But they're still 2 levels behind because they just did not wait and play patient previously. But again, imagine level 20 here. I mean, seriously, just for a second, think about it. Ragnaros has a double lava wave. Nazeebo is working on the Vile Infection and could get to that at some point. And on top of that, we're having Asmodan with his stuff. Nah, Nazeebo dying though. They're trying too much to deal really with Stalk and his ults. They can deal with these garden terrors. So they can do it. But I think that right now Team Daykwaza realizes they need to end this a little bit quicker, and they're going to try and do exactly that. So yeah, damage is already done. Another wave gets taken out, but the pressure in the middle of the map, that's the biggest issue now. 30,000 damage for Asmodan. Asmodan is top damage in the game now. Top damage in the game. Yeah, Chromie and Gaslow is dead. Gaslow is down. The Vikings are contributing to the fights too. Half a level until they hit level 20. And of course, they're still trying to do their thing. But boy, that keep in the mid lane is low. Really low. Now they're burning this one down. Asmodan with the big hit point pool. Oh, sorry, the big hitbox that he has as a primary target for Chromie now. Yeah, she loves it. Can't miss that one. Ragnaros deals with the top, but the keep has fallen. The keep is gone. Another couple of hits. Asmodan with 372 stacks, so he's definitely going to get the 400 if they're ever making it to level 20. Nazebo, I'm not so sure anymore. Yeah, the fort at the bottom of the map, they can move in for it and take it down, but they are hoping for more kills. They know that now that the death timers are a bit higher, kills is all that they need here. So, yeah, few more hits incoming. And there's level 20. That gives us the Fury of the Storm. We got the Stuck in a Loop and Glory to the Alliance. So yeah, they are fully in the driver's seat right now. And Team Drakyr is gonna try and save time. It's actually a bit sad. I really was hoping for them to play it a lot more passive, but they were killed 17 times. That's way too much. Half those deaths you can get away with. Then you can hold on to structures a little bit longer, and your opponent doesn't have a 2-level gap, but maybe just a level lead, and that you can bridge. That you can bridge for sure. So they're dealing with the bot lane pressure. Yeah, temporal loop, stuck in a loop for sure. Can they get the damage in? There's the taunt, and goodbye Asmodan. Asmodan is dead. Gazlo is still stealing camps as he should. And they are 1 level away from level 20. So some pressure at the top. Gazlo is trying to help them with the defense, but the siege is real. And the mid lane, they got to deal with this too. So there's at least 2 camps to the top lane, so that helps a little bit. With Asmodan still down for another 30 seconds, they might have to sacrifice the keep here too. They got to. I mean, what else are you going to do? Soaking. Alright, so he moves in, gets the trade out. Ragnaros, that's exactly how you slow this down. This is how you slow it down. You get Ragnaros on top of it. That's what that trade is for. And they are taking a fort at the top. Quite likely, at least. Seems like they can. Oh, Gazlo's dead again, isn't he? Yep. Gazlo's dead. Gazlo is down, but Asmodan is back to business. Asmodan can help them a little bit more here. Oh boy, what a game. And Asmodan is at 392 stacks, so he's 8 away from completing his 400. But this keep is gonna fall too. Yeah, they're gonna lose the keep. 396 and the keep is gone. 111 stacks for Nazebo. That's a bit disappointing. If he had more, they might just be able to pull something off here. But I guess there's a good chance that he's now going into the Ravenous Spirit upgrade and not into the Vile Infection, which would have been a real game changer for them. Unless they really believe that they can delay the game further and further and further. Here comes the Pride. We got the Submerge. That's a little bit wild to me, honestly. Submerge, I mean, I get the survivability argument, but over a double lava wave to really control the lanes better? Huh. That's a bit wild to me. Double lava wave seemed way more attractive here. Yep, here comes the flank. And they go for Asmodan. Yes, that's a kill. Drakyr, no chance. Actually, he survives. Lili keeps him in play. Lava wave, and this one gets value. 2 of the Vikings are down. Orphea is nearly dead. Somehow she survived. But Gazlo died in the process. They're still trying to go for Breeze. He comes in with another taunt. But Ragnaros is dropped. Couldn't even go for the Submerge here, I believe. So yeah, now they're getting chased away. Way too hard. Another hit from Asmodan. 57,000 damage. Lili is dead, and I guess that might be game. Yeah, or is it? There's another hit coming in. As long as Asmodan is alive, they might still have a chance here. But they go for another kill. Nazebo is gonzo. And now it's only up to Drakyr, and he has to hit a couple of real heavy ones. And this one hit nothing but dead space. So that's the core, likely going to be destroyed. It seems like this is the end of the line for Team Drakyr. Asmodan gets a few more Viking kills, but that's it. The core is falling, it's falling quickly, and Team Daykwaza moves on to the next round of the losers bracket at Meta Madness.